I'm hearing that the dream has died. What once was together is apart. It's a relationship where you grew apart. One of you transformed, elevated, and wants a different life for yourself, and the other one was satisfied with the status quo and can't understand why you want to walk away from them. I'm listening to the song from Human League, Don't You Want Me? Don't you want me, baby? Like, they can't believe that you won't see me. It's like you just cut them off, maybe even, I'm gonna say ghosted. You told them that you were gonna leave, maybe multiple times, but they're shocked that you actually walked away from them. And it's like, whatever year this is, the song says 5 years, it could have been 5 years or less, could have been 5 months, who knows. I feel like it was an invested amount of time, because this is why it's shocking to this person. They invested 5 years or more. You invested 5 years or more into the relationship, you both did. And you're saying the 5 years or more we've had, it's been such good times, I still love you, but I gotta live my life on my own. I guess it's just what I must do. So you want more than what this person was willing or able to give you. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? You were honest about it, but this person's like, I can't believe that you won't see me. I can't believe that you just cut me off. Like that song, the girl I used to know, or the person I used to know, like, you're a memory now, and this person can't handle it. So let's get into it. Let's call in spirit. Let's bring in the divine into this, and let's see what happens, okay? Spirit guides and angels of your what is light, please give me a clear message for the collective, one that brings healing, hope, and understanding of their situation. Protect me as I open myself up to channel these messages. Protect my beautiful collective. And thank you, Spirit, my ancestors, my higher resonant beings, for being here in this spiritual space. Thank you so much for your gifts. Thank you so much for your downloads and your protection. Amen. All right, and thank each and every one of you for being here in this spiritual space, wherever it is. It's a spiritual space when I'm calling in spirit. And I so appreciate the loyalty to those that have been with me for a while. Thank you so much. Hearts and hugs. I love you. God be love to each and every one of you. And for those that are new, thank you so much for giving my reading a chance. I so appreciate that. So let's get into it. So somebody's like, don't you want me? And maybe even kind of like stalking you, blowing up your phone. Yeah, texting you. You might have had to block this person because they weren't getting the message that you moved on. Not that you don't love this person. You want. I guess they were very, I wouldn't say limited, but they were just happy with the way it was. But justice is here. The yin to your yang could be a twin flame connection. The dark to your light. You brought something to this person's life that transformed both of you, but it transformed you in a different way. It was like it elevated you or motivated you to move forward and want more. Want more. And there's nothing wrong with wanting more. You weren't doing it in a vicious, malicious, backstabbing way. And this person's taking it that way. But there's justice here. Because they're going to recognize the significance of who you are in their life. That it wasn't just a marriage, if it was a marriage. It wasn't just a connection, a situationship, a hit it or quit it. It was far more than that. It was definitely, I want to say, transformative. Definitely something that you will never forget. You were changed. You appreciate the lesson. This person is wanting to hold on to the blessing, though, because you were a blessing. A blessing that they, I don't want to say that this is a negative reading. I don't want to go in that direction. I feel like, excuse me, I feel like you wanted more, and this person could not provide that more, whatever that could be. It could be spiritual. Maybe they weren't on that level of spirituality. That's what I'm hearing. Yeah. And the Wheel of Fortune. The wheel was turning, not just about abundance, but the Wheel of Fortune is good luck, good karma. The wheel was putting you on a different timeline because you did the work. you unpacked the dark night of the soul. You unpacked your demons. You went introspection. You went deep inside of yourself. And this person is surface. This person's 3D. You're more esoteric. You're more spiritual than this person. And the wheel is offering you that opportunity for good fortune because of it. What is this? The 5 of Pentacles. I feel like with this individual, it would have always been a struggle. In money, finances, in life, it would have been a struggle. But they wanted you tied down to them. You know, 9 of Swords. They didn't want you to go away from them. This is kind of like a gross rendition, but it's like the Swords is clarity and truth. That this would be lack. There would be karma, but it wouldn't be good karma. There would be struggles. And there's nothing wrong with being in a relationship with somebody, and 5-5 could be significant, 55 could be significant. There's nothing wrong with struggling with a person and working that out, as long as that other person understands that this isn't forever. You're not going to keep struggling with the person, trudging through the snow, knee deep, hip deep in it, and that, you know, that's going to be it forever. And I feel like that was the problem in this connection. Yeah, 5 conflicts. It was always a problem, always a struggle. 5-5-5 could be very significant in this connection. There was a lot of struggles. There was a lot of lack. There was a lot of misunderstandings and disconnect. There was a disconnect here. Could be the Mother of Swords. You could have children with this person. Swords is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Libra, balance. You wanted balance, and you weren't going to find it with this person. You compromised to the point of sacrificing yourself for a long time. And you wanted 10 of Pentacles. You wanted the Wheel of Fortune. You dreamed of these things, of having this different life where there was no struggles, but it was always conflict, struggling, fighting, and infighting and blaming. The blame game was always the name of the game. And that was just getting old. Tired of fighting, tired of struggle, and not having anybody to understand you. Yes, 10 of Wands, overburdened. You carried a whole load of the connection. Well, this person may have worked. This person may have gone to work every day. This person may have, you know, did a certain amount on their end. They certainly didn't understand your desires and your wishes. Maybe they dismissed it a lot. It's just a dream. Yeah, you want to move. Someday we'll move when we can get our finances together. Someday we'll go on that trip. Someday you can go back to school. It was just dissatisfying to hear that, because it was just disheartening. It was like, this is all there is. And you felt like if you weren't going to have somebody equally pouring into your dreams, you're going to have to do it alone, and that's what you did. You went alone. You could have had children with them, and you had to take the children with you, or you had to work that out, custody and all that good stuff, you know, having to separate a family, the lovers, but it was a choice, and you chose yourself. I feel like in this instance, you chose yourself, and the world is here. Because you chose yourself, the world is here. Success. You're going to have success. You're going to have success because you chose to pour into yourself and follow your dreams. And that could be in the esoteric. What is this? 3 of Pentacles. You may be even collaborating with somebody else, teaming up with somebody else that's going to come along. Like maybe right now you don't see that, but you have a dream team that's coming in. Could be the Power of 3. It's going to get you on your way to success, because I see success there too. And there's a transformation. Absolutely. The butterfly transforming. But that was hard work to get to that point. Even a butterfly, the transformation of a butterfly, it's very difficult, right? It's not an easy thing, but it's a necessary thing. In the darkness, you were light. And you transformed under the thorns and the thickets when people tried to block you and stop you, keep you trapped. This person didn't realize they were trapping the butterfly. They thought that life was always a struggle, because that may be something that they always had to face. But just because we were raised a certain way, we can elevate above that. You know, they say that when you're a parent, you want better for yourself than you had. And this person just accepted the status quo and just trudged through it, but also resentfully passive aggressive. It wasn't like they were happy about it and they made sure. And all that negativity begets more negativity, and that negativity sticks. And all of a sudden, these dreams that you had, this happiness that you initially had with this person turns into like a nightmare. I'm not happy. I thought having a family, I thought having a husband or a wife or he, she, they was going to make me a happy person. But all it's made me is overburdened and struggling. It's like struggling against the tide. I'm not going to win. And you realized, I just want to try. I want to take that leap of faith and go for my dreams at least once in my lifetime, because we only have this one physical life right now. We may have several thousand lives, but here in the now, just one. And so you wanted to live it and give it a go to the best of your ability. And this person was a downer, a Debbie Downer, doubting everything. And you got to work. You can't quit your job. What are we going to do for money? It was always a struggle to get this person to believe in you and to invest in you. Absolutely. Son of Swords. Son of Wands. Sorry. Like a snake. You know, just on the ground, right? Grounded, but also maybe deceptive. A snake. And also immature, right? This was a person who could have been younger than you, or very, immature. Swords. A snake. Charmed you into believing that the relationship would be more than it was. I'm going to give you everything you ever wanted, but it was also a deception, and it was a stuck energy. It was meant to keep you stuck. It was a lie. It was a lie. And you realized it after a while, right? You were withering away. You're withering away. Is this also a 5? There you go. 555, 5 of Pentacles. You're withering away. Time was running out. Time's running out. 5 is significant, like that 5 years. It could have been 5 years, 15 years you were with this person, and it was like you were just dying inside. You were done. And this person's still struggling, shaking their head, like scratching their head, and like, I don't understand. I gave them everything. They didn't give you hope. They didn't give you the dream, right? To follow your dreams, the support. They didn't give you the support when you wanted to do something. They were just always negative. What is this? 5, 6. This is one. All right, 4 of Swords. First Swords, 4 of Pentacles. But all of the work that you're putting into yourself is connecting the dots to success. You're going to find success. It may be small. The struggle's for real, but you're going to get there because you believe in yourself. That's what you wanted. You wanted somebody to believe in you, and this person did not believe in you. They didn't. They were more nervous about it, right? They didn't want you to take that leap of faith. They didn't want you to manifest or be strong, because if you did any of those things, you would leave them. It was a feeling of lack within themselves. This was a person who was very 3D, very here and now, very hard-working person, perhaps, okay? For some of you, they didn't want to work, but whatever, for some of you, they did. And they did their part of working every day, and they thought this was it. This is life. You have your family, you got your 3.2 kids, whatever the case. You have your job, you do it every day to the best of your ability. You go home, you sit there in front of the TV, you watch TV with your person, you go shopping, whatever the case, 3D life. And that was it. You wanted the traveling, the dreams, being, elevated in some way as far as your job. You wanted to go to school and learn something new so that you could perhaps help your family in a different way. This person was like, if you do that, you're going to leave me. It was that deep-seated, maybe you didn't realize it, it was that deep-seated feeling of lack that they had within themselves, that they couldn't keep a person like you. So they had to lower you in order for you to stay with them. But the Chariot moved. Chariot moved because you're a beautiful horse. Look at this horse. Gorgeous. Beautiful. Can't keep a good horse down. And they tried. The moon was here. They deceived themselves. They deceived you into believing that they were this beautiful dream. I'm going to give you everything you want. All your dreams are going to come true if you just believe in me. And you did. You invested, you believed in, and you put a lot of time, effort, and energy into this person, and they didn't pour into you 15:15 on the clock. They didn't. No, the devil was here. They had their own codependencies. They were counting on you to hold them up. Hold them up. Could be a fire sign too, but goat can be Capricorn, yeah, as well. It was like this person was stubborn and would not change, man. They wouldn't change. And they sure in hell weren't going to support your change. Yeah, the Emperor. This could be you, an Emperor, man, woman, he, she, they, doesn't matter. You have leadership skills. You have a role to play on this earth at this time. And this individual knew your value on some level. Maybe not esoterically, maybe not spiritually, but they knew you had high value and they wanted to hold on to that. They knew that when you were with them, they felt a certain way. Their life was better. Even if they was struggling, it would have been far worse, which it is now for this person because you're not in their life. This person struggles 16:16 on the clock. They struggle mentally. They struggle financially and spiritually. Definitely. There's a lot of struggle in this person. Spirit, what's going to happen here? The Empress. So the Emperor to the Empress. You could be all of these things. But I feel like there's a person coming in. Excuse my face, getting in the camera. I feel like this person, you are going to find somebody. You're going to find your Emperor to your Empress or your Empress to your Emperor. You're going to find this person that is high value. That's going to believe in you. It's going to be at your level. And this other person is going to be in Hangman. I mean, the transformation's for real. Look. The Two of Pentacles, something new. You're going to start something new with somebody. Remember I told you about collaboration. And this is going to lead to something else. This is a person who follows your vision because they were on that path already. And this is a person who's going to pour into you and believe in your dreams because they have dreams of their own. Versus this past person that's just going to be stuck 17:17 on the clock with wondering why it didn't work out. They're never going to get past this because they're never going to recognize their own toxicities and their own. They could be there too if they healed. They could have. They could have worked with you and been there, followed that dream, and the two of you together could have elevated into unknown notches. They just didn't want to because they couldn't see the vision. They couldn't see the vision. Right now, all they see is the lack. Once they get out of that, they can move forward too. But you, my friend, are going to move forward with somebody that you're going to collaborate with that shares your dream and vision. And the two of you together are going to move forward. That's what I'm seeing here. Yes. Like begets like. Light begets light. It's like there's a compatibility here, like a synchronicity. Maybe you're seeing 1818. I'm seeing a lot of synchronicities here. Hell yeah. Let me see here. 8 of Pentacles, learning something. 3 of Cups, collaboration. Yep, the power of 3. It could be another person in the mix too that's going to come in too that has like whatever skills that you're learning. There's something here where you are going to collaborate with your Emperor or Empress. Take it how it resonates, fit you, you know, put yourself where you need to go. And then you're going to have a third person, possibly, that's going to come in as well. You might be seeing synchronicities of 3. The wishes come true. Wish fulfillment. They're going to take you the rest of the way. Maybe they have, I don't know, if you're working on computers, they got computer skills, graphics, whatever the case, music. They're going to do something that's going to help you. Transform whatever dream you have into something that's going to make you money and put you where you need to go 1919 on the clock, on that path of success. Yeah, on that path of success. 10 of Swords. Somebody feels betrayed and heartbroken by this. Hierophant. Somebody who could have been in a commitment and married to. This other person feels betrayed. And in Hangman. Yeah, they don't see any way out of the feelings of lack. But they're going to come out of that too. It's like they have to elevate themselves. That's not your fault. You did love them. You did want them. That there's no doubt here. The problem wasn't so much, I guess so much of it wasn't so much this person as so much I don't know how to explain it. I really don't. It was, I don't want to play the blame game here. This person has issues that they need to work out. But I feel like it wasn't that you didn't love this person. It was just that you couldn't grow with this person. Because they just didn't see the vision. They didn't see your vision. They couldn't follow. They wanted to lead. And it was the real ego and pride and the 3D of not, the dream, not dreaming, not being able to dream. Because dreams don't come true for this person. But the problem was you were the dream the whole damn time. You were their wish fulfillment. And someday they're going to wake up to realize that. But you move forward. You keep going and glowing, my friend. You can't feel sorry for people that just don't want to help themselves. You understand? Because we have one life to live. Okay? One life at a time to live, I should say. And this is your time. Thank you so much for joining me on Empress Aries 888. Please like and subscribe. Enjoy my tracks. I love to have you as part of my soul family. And to my soul family, hearts and hugs and kisses. And I'll see you next time. And until then, be safe out there, my friends. Be blessed.